Hi, my name is Shaurin Patel. I'm founder and CEO of Vexma Technologies. At Vexma, we specialize with industrial additive manufacturing solutions, and we provide enterprise 3D printing to most of the industries out there, including aerospace, defense, electronics, FMCG, medtech, a whole lot more. But today, we'd like to discuss about drone industry because drone industry is evolving extremely fast. The need of lightweight structures, complex parts, and customization at every juncture of application is very much needed. So we'll talk about how drone industry is utilizing 3D printing, additive manufacturing, and specifically how HP's MJF 3D printing is much more suited for such 3D printing applications. So at Vexma, one of the core 3D printing technologies that we use is HP's multi-jet fusion technology. And using HP's MJF, we were able to sort of reduce weight of this particular drone frame by 30 to 50%. Our engineers were able to, utilize organic design methodologies to reduce the weight of this, particular drone frame, making sure that the durability and the structural integrity of this geometry is intact. So for this, I'd like you to meet, our CTO, Shailendra Patel, who is a lead strategist and, expert in drone manufacturing. This is our Chief Technology Officer, Mr. Shailendra Patel. He brings deep expertise in additive manufacturing, materials, and production engineering. He ensures what we design digitally can be reliably manufactured, tested, and delivered. Shailendra, so let's start with the basics. Why does additive manufacturing make sense for the drone industry?
So that's a really good question. Additive manufacturing is the ideal technology for UAV and drone industry because it allows us to make complex parts. So we can print parts like this into one piece and we can create complex geometry and which are not possible with the traditional manufacturing
technology. So basically, why is it important? What sort of designing techniques can be implied where traditional manufacturing won't be possible and it would be possible using 3D printing, and which is the most suitable technology for 3D printing drones?
So, as you may know, in the drone industry, it can be a drone frame or a UAV frame, every gram matters. With 3D printing, we can optimize the structural components, we can reduce the weight, and we can combine multiple parts into a single body, and we can print it on demand with you can consider this as an industrial technology, which is HP's MJF.
What makes HP's multi-jet fusion technology suitable for 3D printing drones against other technology? So why HP's MJF, and why is it so good it should be taken as drone manufacturing method?
With HP's MJF technology, you can create parts faster, lighter, and very complex parts at scale. HP has optimized printing parameters such that the mechanical properties of the part are consistent throughout entire body.
So basically, you mean to say that the parts coming out of HP 3D printer are has the best isotropy in nature?
Exactly.
So, coming to the next question, obviously, there is a full-scale quality check and quality control that goes into it before you deliver the parts to our clients. But are there any specific insights or are there any specific points which you would cover to make sure that these drone parts are validated or certified? So what can be done there?
So one of the major advantage that we have with HP's MJF technology is that the materials that HP utilizes, for example PA12, are by themselves heavily tested materials. They come with UL certification, FDA approvals, and various test reports which themselves validate. Now, taking this into production, what we do is we go through a thorough dimensional checks, we go through visual checks, and if needed, we can get lab testing done by a third party so that we can prove to the customers that the parts are reliable and durable.
So you mean we can provide physical lab testing reports, stress, strain, other mechanical properties to verify that this particular component, maybe such kind of components where it is applicable in the drone and it should perform in a certain way, would be durable enough to sustain, maybe a pressure of a certain level or maybe thermal, strain that can be applied on the parts. Correct. So examples. What about examples? Can you give us some examples where you've provided such kind of similar components to fulfill clients' needs or which have helped them for the project?
We have been dealing with a lot of drone components from various customers. All the customers come up with different requirements. It can be a drone frame, which is something similar to this, which is highly organic in nature. It can be a lightweight quadcopter frame. There are another components like the body parts, structural components, and battery mounts. So, in one of the cases where we did, motor housing for the customers, so we printed almost thousands of parts in a single bit overnight, cutting down their production time from over months within 2 days. So that was a major advantage.
But what about customization? Like, what if the customer has a specific application for one industry? The customer has got one drone design, maybe suited for agriculture industry, and then he wants to modify the same drone, setup for a defense application. So, will 3D printing be useful for such customizations? And what would be a generalized process that we at Vexma can help them?
So at Vexma, we help customers from the design stage to the final production stage. If the customer wants to change the design, what we do is we help them with the design part and then we simulate with the CAD softwares to make sure that the parts are compliant and as per the requirement. So we do FE analysis and CFD analysis for this purpose. And the major advantage here is the technology for prototyping and production is same. So the customers need not worry that if the parts are prototyped, would they be fulfilling the same performance as the production part.
So that was a great insight that Shailendra shared with us about drone manufacturing using 3D printing. Thank you for staying with us till the end of this video. At Vexma, we believe in selecting the right materials and processes to make sure you succeed in your UAV mission. Thank you guys. That's all for today. And please make sure to like, subscribe and share this video if you're interested in drone manufacturing.